Hello, hello. Welcome to episode 16 of the Bottoms Up podcast. I am your host, Taylor, your hostess with the mostest, and I'm here today with a little bonus episode where I'm going to recap my experience at my Hollywood Pride. This is actually the second time that I've been to my Hollywood Pride. The first time that I went was totally random. I just kind of happened on it because I was downtown one day with a friend, and somebody hit me in the face. It was an accident, and she apologized. But that was my first year going, so I figured, why not go again? Announcements. I did update the Instagram highlight to have the February 2024 events. Make sure too, though, that you check on the calendar as well, because that's where I have a little bit more information. Especially, I have it broken down based off of who's hosting and stuff like that. So everything is definitely on the calendar. And the highlights I kind of add, as I find different events and things pop up, I go ahead and I just add it on to the highlight, and then also I'll add on to the calendar afterwards. Do I have anything else to say? I may or may not have an event coming up that I'm co-hosting on February 13th. Haven't decided yet. We haven't settled. Oh, if you're watching on YouTube, which honestly I guess most people do, you'll notice my setup has changed slightly. I think the last talking head that I did for the thrift flip episode, I was sitting in this chair that's right next to me. But again, I want to have more episodes at my apartment, so I'm trying to get everything set up, most notably the gallery wall behind me. I just added this piece today, which I found in the trash, but I think she's cute. But yeah, if you know any artists, or if you are an artist and you want to give me something to put on the wall, whether you want it sold, I don't know how much publicity I can give you, but I'll do my best. Or if you have anything that might work with the vibe here, let me know. I'm also interested in cool frames and stuff like that, so feel free to reach out. Okay, I think that's it. Horoscope. Let me see what she says. What does co-star have to say to me today? Good evening, Taylor. It is 69 degrees Fahrenheit and partly cloudy in your area. Today at a glance. Spend time looking out the window. Are you looking for the courage to be vulnerable? No. Today you bring a wet noodle to the duel instead of a sword, and there's a hole in your painting of reality. Yeah, I don't like that. That's getting mean, so no. We're just going to move on. Alright, Hollywood Pride. So, my big motivation to actually go this year was that I kind of wanted to do something with the podcast. I wanted to be able to network with people, and I wanted to be able to do something maybe entertainment oriented. I know this is going to trigger some people, but I wanted to do street interviews. Little old me, who hates other people and hates interactions with strangers. Yes, in my head I was I want to do street interviews, but I wanted it to I wanted to actually work with my Hollywood Pride on something like that. I didn't want it to just be me doing my own thing. So that aside, I messaged them, asked if there were any volunteer or press opportunities. Didn't hear back for a very long time. And then they reached out and they said yes, they're looking for volunteers. So I filled out the volunteer form and I was selected. I was actually completely free that Sunday of the Pride event itself. So I was just put me on anything. I don't care. I'll be available the whole day. I'm super excited. I want to do this. Yada, yada, yada. So I got there early in the morning. It was 8 o'clock in the morning. They put me on 2 shifts, one from 8 to 12 and then one from 12 to 4, I believe, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. So it was about to be a long day. And I swear it took my back a while to recover from this volunteering episode. So Showed up early. I had my little protein shake on. I had I had this little shirt on that said "Move, I'm gay." It was like a little crop top baby tee moment. And then I had on this pair of joggers that I got from one of my exes that has like a rainbow down the side. And then obviously I was wearing my Converse, because what else was I supposed to wear in that event? So it was all very like homosexual, and I really liked that, obviously. Oh, and I had a crossbody bag. Everything about it was gay. So I showed up early. They gave us a free like volunteer shirt. It's really cute. I actually kind of want to cut it up so that it looks even cuter. The first person that I helped was Kimberly, which, shout out to you, girl. You are a powerhouse. I admire you. I hope that when I grow up, I'm like you, to be quite honest. She was on it. So I was helping her just with like some unloading stuff, some little bit of setup. We set up some tables and chairs. Once I had like a little bit of a break after setting up some tables, so then I went and I actually got breakfast from one of the little cafes downtown that I've been to like once or twice, but not that much. The cashier, I also want to give a shout out to, because not only did she make me a breakfast sandwich that was not on the menu, she also gave me extra potatoes with chimichurri. And this is why I think I assert that like community is so important, because like I'm not going to get that service at a Starbucks. I'm not going to get that kind of service at a Dunkin' Donuts, you know? And don't get me wrong, I do like Dunkin' Donuts. I'm a member. I've got the app, whatever. But like, I don't know, it's not as like cushy and like adorable and cozy, and like I don't feel the connection the same way that I do with this woman who looked me in the eyes and handed me my meal and said, "We threw some extra potatoes in there for you." And she didn't even mention the chimichurri sauce. I opened it and saw the chimichurri sauce. And when I tell you, I've never had breakfast potatoes with chimichurri sauce before. I need it every day now. That's how I feel. So that was very nice. I think the start to my day was all very nice and tolerable and good and fun and enjoyable and organized. That's a big thing too, organized. If you want to volunteer next year, I highly recommend it. I brought a couple of like I have some stickers for the podcast, so I brought those with me just to, hand them out, stuff like that. So I think from 12, we were just kind of like doing whatever until 12. We were helping, I was on vendor setup, so I was helping people unload from their cars and get everything to their vendor spots. Met a lot of wonderful people. I swear, like everybody was good. Everybody was like very like nice and kind. And I hope that I helped make the entire experience a little bit less stressful. Like, I know even for like fun events like this, it can be like really difficult to get everything together. So I hope that I was helpful if I helped you. But then I chilled out for a little bit once 12 hit, because they were doing the switchover for like the volunteer shifts. So I sat down for a little bit. I was helping like organize some shirts and do like inventory. And then when the 12 o'clock shift came, I went up to one of the organizers and I said, "Hey, like, what do you have me assigned to for this second shift?" Oh, wait, hold on. Pause. Let me rewind. So Jess from Gender Chill, they were going to be there both selling Gender Chill shirts, but also with Trans Social, which is another local organization that focuses on providing resources to trans individuals. I will link them in the description. But first of all, Jess was nice enough to also bring me a drink early in the morning, which helped a lot because I was definitely starting to get a migraine. And I was definitely dehydrated as I am all the time. So Jess brought me some food. I was super grateful. I helped them unload their car as well. And then I was like, hey, I'll be around. Like, I'll come back to you guys at some point. So for my second shift at 12, they were like, okay, we don't have anything for you to do right now, but just like hang tight. So I hung tight. I sat down. I kept helping with like the inventory for shirts and stuff like that. And then somebody comes up and says, hey, we need to do something about people riding bikes through the street. It's like a little bit dangerous. And so then I got assigned. It was like me and then 3 other people. So like the festival itself was happening on Hollywood Boulevard, which is just like, it's like a straight east-west road that takes you from the highway all the way to the beach. And it's the section of Hollywood Boulevard between the train tracks and Young Circle. So like there's 2 different like intersections that you hit like at the ends of like the festival itself, that they're like major intersections. So they basically had one of us at each of those corners. So it's like traffic going one way, traffic going the other way. And they just said like, hey, if somebody's on a bike, just tell them that they need to get off the bike and they need to walk it through the festival instead of riding through. Which like, yeah, makes total sense. It probably was not easy to ride a bike through there anyways. So they assigned me to bike duty. And I was already just kind of like, not really feeling this, but I'm here to volunteer, so whatever. And immediately, like as I'm kind of going to my post, I'm thinking in my head and I'm like, so what do we do if somebody just doesn't want to get off their bike? Like that is maybe not my first thought, but definitely like one of the first 5 thoughts that I had as I was going to perform my duties. And I'm like, okay, whatever, like we'll see. Hollywood's like a pretty normal town. It's like a little bit older anyways, so like I didn't expect to have that much trouble. But you know, the world has a habit of not meeting my expectations. So I'm on bike duty. Most people, actually, okay, no, that was rude. Most people either got off their bike by the time they saw me, or I just told them like, hey, can you please, like, you're going to have to get off of your bike and just walk it through. And they did not care. Because most people that were riding the bike too, they actually didn't know that the festival was going on. So they kind of like slowed down and stopped, and then they would get off their bike to actually like look and see, you know, what was going on, which is actually like really exciting. There was this one dude. Oh my God. This was weird. Okay. So dial in with me. So a couple months ago, actually this is several months ago at this point, this had to have been like over the summer. I was riding the bus home from work, and there was this guy at the bus stop, and he comes up to me, and because he was like, oh, we were waiting there for a little bit, and then he's like, oh, do you know when the bus is coming? And of course I've got the Miami-Dade Transit app on my phone because I'm a northern girly and I know what it's about. So I was like, oh yeah, let me check. And the bus was close. I was like, oh, like maybe it's like, 3 minutes away. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. And then he decides to start talking to me, like to like have a conversation. And the thing is, again, I'm from up north. I get it. There's definitely like people are much more friendly there than they are like in South Florida. But the thing is, I've lived here long enough that I've gotten used to people just not talking to me. People don't even make eye contact with me on the sidewalk. I was like, as a kid, if you walked past somebody on the sidewalk, like when I'm like at home, like at my childhood home, you say hi, you say hello, you say good morning, good evening, how are you, whatever. Here, people don't even make eye contact with you. I love it. I am so antisocial, which again, I constantly ask myself, why did I start a fucking podcast? But super antisocial. So I really love that. I love people not talking to me and like minding their business. But anyway, so this man starts talking to me. He tells me about how he's like from New York and all this, and he's just saying things, and I'm kind of like, okay, yeah, like I'm being nice, but it's just like I'm like waiting for him to stop talking. So bus gets there, I immediately hop on and I go and I tuck myself away in a seat where this man will not see me. Conversation over. Tell me why. I'm out there on bike duty, and this man comes up to me. And he didn't recognize me. At least I don't think he recognized me. He comes up to me and he goes, oh, what is this? And I say, oh, it's my Hollywood pride. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he starts walking away. And then he goes, oh, this isn't the gay pride, is it? Sir, there are at least 30 different rainbow flags and rainbow paraphernalia around us. I'm literally standing directly in front of a booth that has like 4 pride flags, like flapping in the wind. And this man has the nerve to ask me, oh, this isn't gay pride, is it? I don't know. Are they still teaching like context clues in schools these days? Because how can you just look? Of course it is. So, and the attitude and the nerve to be like, oh, this isn't gay pride, isn't it? Like, what year is it? What fucking year is it? But anyway, so that pissed me off. But I was very civil. I was just like, yes, this is gay pride. Obviously, if you would open your eyes, you would probably realize that. But I don't know. So I was like, yes, this is gay pride. And he's like, oh, okay. And then just walked away. But it was just like so crazy that like it was that guy. Because I recognized him like immediately. I was like, oh boy. So whatever. That was just weird. So I'm still on bike duty. And of course I can kind of see people as they're coming down the street. And I know that I'm going to have to kind of step into the sidewalk and be like, hi, could you please like hop off your bike so you can just walk it through here. So I'm standing there and I see these 3 children coming on their bikes and they're coming fast. And so I'm like, okay, I already know this is going to be a problem. One of them, I go to step in front of him and tell him like, hey, like, please get off your bike. He just goes right past me. And I'm like, all right. And then the second one actually got off his bike and walked. And I think that he was the youngest. And I highly recommend, if I had known these children's parents, I would have been like, you all need to make sure that your child is not hanging around the wrong crowd, because I can see that that's happening right now. So second kid, I didn't care. Third one, I stopped him and said, hey, you need to get off your bike. And it's just immediate entitlement, like just immediately, of just like not wanting to do it, arguing with me, literally trying to bike past me. And y'all, look, I've been in the gym. I could have held that bike, but I was just like, I'm not sitting here and fighting with somebody's stank ass child. So I was just like, I tried. I think I tried like 2 times. I was like, can you please get off your bike? And then it didn't work. So I was like, all right, well, first of all, I'm not getting paid for this. Second of all, I'm not about to let myself get physically harmed. I think I actually got a bruise from the kid trying to like ride his bike into me, which is like, whatever. Third, no amount of things that I say are going to make a difference in this scenario. But it's like, again, man, if I just knew these kids' parents, I 100% would go snitch on them to their parents, because your parents are not going to let you live that down. And on top of it, I was like, there are like cops at Pride. They're the ones who are blocking the road. You all can see me over here struggling. And it's just like no help, not just completely avoiding eye contact, not wanting to step in. And I'm just like, come on, can you give me like an ounce of backup? And the thing is, like, I assumed, because like, again, I'm standing on one side of the road, somebody else on bike duty is on the other side of the road. The cops are literally right in between us. There's like 5 of them just standing there. I assumed that they actually would be helping to like back us up on this, but I guess not. So I'm like, okay, it's some kids, whatever. So they biked off. They got to the other end. They also pissed off the other person on bike duty, and then they biked right back. I hope they got snatched that evening by their parents, because like, I do not deal. This is why I don't deal with other people's children. Because I don't know what kind of things go in your household, but again, like, just the entitlement. That's the part that bothered me. But again, children. What I will not excuse is the adult that those children are probably going to grow up into if somebody does not step in. Because then this other man, grown white man, he's biking. And I go politely and I say, hi, like you're gonna, excuse me, I need you to step off of your bike. And he's another one that just kind of tried to like not make eye contact and just bike right past me. I'm wearing a shirt that makes it clear that I'm a part of it. So it's like, once they see me step out, they know what's up. But I say, hey, like, excuse me, like, I'm gonna need you to hop off your bike and just like walk it through here. And I tell you, this man, again, doesn't even make eye contact. He just goes, no. Again, I have been going to the gym and I have been taking medication that makes me a lot more emotionally regulated. However, I don't know what it is about what I'm on, but whereas previously when people would like annoy me or yelling was the big one. When people would yell at me, I would get really sad and I would kind of clam up and just like, back away and all that. Now when people yell at me, I just kind of go straight to rage in my head. So when this man said no, I put my hand on that bike and I said, hey, you need to get off your bike. It is for your safety and the safety of others. And I am remaining very, like, my voice is calm, but my whole body is tense. And he decides to raise his voice at me and he's like, don't you touch me. Don't you touch my property. Again, the entitlement. But I'm like, in that moment, I was like, I can either flip this man like a pancake, or I can let it go. And I decided to let it go. And I walked my ass back to that volunteer tent, and I said, take me off of bike duty, otherwise I'm going to get an assault charge. But otherwise, festival was great, volunteering experience was great. We had water. They gave us some sandwiches and lunches from Publix. It was very nice. We got free donuts. And they were very grateful as well, which I really appreciate. And I got, a free shirt. So overall, it was like a solid, it was like an 8.5 out of 10 experience. I'm doing it again. Just don't put me on bike duty. Unless, or do put me on bike duty, but give me like immunity or something. Like I should, like if I'm allowed to like manhandle somebody, I'll go back on bike duty. But the thing is, I definitely was not allowed to manhandle people, or at least it wasn't specified that I would be able to manhandle people this past year. But if I can start pushing people off the bikes when they decide to not heed my warning of, hey, you should kind of care about your neighbors and not want to hit them with your bike accidentally, if they're just gonna be an asshole about it, I think, I should be able to push them off their bikes. So let me know. I think I left that in like the volunteer survey. So Lisa, feel free to get back to me on that. So then after all of that, they were just like, okay, we don't really have much for you to do. So you're good. So I literally went and I volunteered with Jess and Trans Social for a little bit. And I spun a little wheelie thingy and I got a free sunscreen. And I like free things.
I feel like it really gets the point across. Yes, you don't have to ask any questions. You know how many men saw me in this shirt when I was walking here this morning and just like didn't even make eye contact?
Yes! That is what we want!
Done! Okay, what
all right, spin the wheel. Hey, that's a good one. You get to pick whatever you want.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not just me, like I'm not just special.
Like, yeah. Go.
It's like those commercials.
Yeah.
Like Nivea. Sorry, I'm like a beauty influencer now.
So that was very enjoyable. I got to actually sit down for the first time that whole day. And then Trans Social also fed me, which I really appreciate. We ended up going to the Greek Joint, which is one of the restaurants on Hollywood Boulevard, which I gotta take my parents there. They really like Greek food. But they, oh my goodness, they have a phenomenal lavender lemonade. I don't know. I think it's a yeah, it was lavender lemonade, which is like one of my favorite cocktails. You can't get it everywhere. At least I don't think, I haven't really tried, but I don't think you can get it everywhere. But I've only had it at like 2 or 3 restaurants where it's like been on the menu. I love it. It's phenomenal. I'm a big fan of lavender. So if you are looking for a lavender lemonade, if you're one of the lavender lemonade girlies, 100% go to the Greek Joint in downtown Hollywood.
Since you're getting your feature, since you never had a video episode because it didn't work out, this is just, I don't know, you're episode like 11, 12, somewhere in there. You run Gender Chill and you're a part of Trans Social, and we are having drinks because what we do is day drinking. All right, cheers.
So we had some lunch. I ate some pita and some hummus, had some drinks, got some olives. And then afterwards, Jess and I actually went to their car and we had a little Gender Chill brainstorming session. It was so cute. Like, so cute. So we hung out there for a little bit. And I'm actually on the planning committee for Gender Chill, which I am super excited about. Yeah, I love being around other creatives. I love being around people who, like, I feel like I can share a brain cell with. And Jess, you're one of those people. So then we went back to the table for a little bit longer. Some people from the Sapphics Project also came.
Okay. So, what's your names?
Ebony. Hey.
And you guys run
Sapphics Project.
Which
Sapphics Project. We host, it's just a queer woman organization. We gather the queer women in our area, we do fun activities, and we love women. And we love women.
As you should.
And we love bringing women who love women together.
Yeah. And what brings you to Hollywood Pride?
The gay agenda. The gays. The gays.
Absolutely.
We're plotting. Plotting and scheming. Yeah.
And you're having a good time?
Having a great time.
Yeah.
I love being with the gays.
That's what I like to hear. Welcome to my city. Thanks for coming.
And then I decided that I wanted to still do my little street interview nonsense. So I went around and I just talked to like a couple different vendors about, you know, who they are, why they decided to come to Pride, because as far as I'm concerned, like, these people are a part of our community down here in South Florida. They're a part of my community locally in Hollywood. So I care and I want to be engaged, and, you know, I want to know who my neighbors are. And if I see you, that entitled man, if I see you downtown again, now that I'm not in volunteer clothes, it's just me. If you so much as look at me funny, it is on sight. All right? Because you were just disrespectful. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's the laugh, the and then the no. Are you a toddler? You don't know. Go ahead and try to ride your bike through this crowded sidewalk. And you know what you're going to realize? You can't. And then guess what? You're going to have to hop off your bike or risk, like, hitting one of the hostesses that's standing outside of a restaurant trying to do her job. Minimum wage. Oh, my God. I was so enraged, like, day of. I could not stop thinking about it. I was so pissed off. It's been almost a full week, and I'm still mad about it. But whatever. These are my neighbors, and I care about my neighbors. And I think that everybody should care about their neighbors. So I went around and I spoke to some people, and I'm going to splice in those little interviews here.
Okay, so what's your name?
My name's David Ardley.
And you run, what's the name of the motel?
The Parkway Motel.
Yes, awesome.
And the Havana Cafe down in Chokoloskee.
Okay, and what brings you to Pride this year?
So we're here in Hollywood Pride because a lot of people that live in and around Greater Hollywood come out to Chokoloskee to do fishing.
Okay.
It's the best inshore fishing that we have here is brackish water.
Yeah.
So it's all the target species are there. A lot of folks from Cooper City, Dania, Hollywood, Hollandale, all these, Davie, all these communities come out fishing over there historically. So we wanted to show solidarity with Hollywood. We're both gay.
Yeah.
So we own it.
I couldn't tell. It wasn't.
Look at this Tony Lima. How are you? I saw that you were headed here.
That's the director of Sunsurf.
Gotcha. Wait, what's the biggest fish you ever caught?
The biggest fish?
Yeah.
It's got to be a slot limit snook, so it's 42.
Okay, wait, do you have a picture of it?
I wish I did.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
I know, I got it somewhere in the bag. I
Okay.
can email it or text it.
Yeah, send me my number's on there. Send me the best catch that you have.
I'll send you the whole harvest.
Oh my
It was a
goodness.
great day of fishing.
Thank you.
Yeah, something to do.
Well, I hope to see you next year too.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, or we'll come here or you come there.
If I win that sweepstakes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, what is your name?
Zaire.
And what caused you to come to Hollywood Pride?
Well, I'm originally from the Bay Area, Oakland, San Francisco, and I spent 3 years in Miami, Hollywood, during the pandemic, from being 18 to 21, and I ended up finding family in the community of the people who helped create it, and it's important to me, with all the horrible shit that happens in Florida, every single pride and every single difference really matters. And also, obviously, to bring some queer energy over here.
Oh my goodness, yes! Bring it! It's giving ass and titties, I'm not gonna lie.
High heels on my tippies.
Yes. Okay, if you could say one thing to Ron DeSantis, what would you say?
That it's obvious that we know you like little boys, or at least girls in skirts. Like, come on now. Like, everybody knows that only homophobic people are the people who really want to stop that.
He's obsessed with us.
He's really obsessed. It's really an
so
obsession.
obsessed.
It's really an obsession.
All right. Give it up again, because goddamn. All right, thank you so much.
I saw the rainbow thing.
Perfect.
There's a
Rainbow
up in the air.
Yeah. Okay, so what is your name?
My name is Oopsie the Wonder Clown.
Okay.
I'm a children's entertainer, and I am here with Memorial Health Systems, the healthcare system, and we're giving away hats and these cups that change colors and turn into rainbow colors, and just supporting the community. And Memorial Health Systems is all about your health and taking care of you. So look them up online. And so I'm here with them, and I'm face painting. I'm also doing some walk around magic, and I am also doing puppets and walking around and just making everyone happy, which is the goal of today. I also have this coloring book called Bye Bye Bully. So we do a program called Stop Bullying with an organization called Prestige Club of Southwest Broward. They're a nonprofit that helps people in the community. And I love being a part of all these organizations and helping the community and helping people.
That's beautiful. And the kids really deserve something like that. Absolutely.
Every child and adult deserves to have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Thank you for the work that you do. And thank you to Memorial Health as well for being so supportive.
Yeah, Memorial Health rocks. They've been very helpful to me. Thank you so much for stopping and talking to me. I appreciate it.
And thank you for talking with me as well.
See the cloud. Bye.
What is your name?
My name is Leland.
Okay, and what's your booth? What's your other name?
Right, this is the Beyond Gender Conference. It's in West Palm Beach, October 3 through 6 of 2024, coming up.
Okay.
We have vendors. We have about 40 workshops. We have prom. We have Sunday barbecue. It's an educational event.
Yes.
All ages.
And what brings you to Hollywood Pride this year?
Marketing.
Okay.
My friend is one of the head volunteers here, and so they were kind enough to let us have a booth. And this is our first year for the conference, so it's been amazing. We've done really, really well.
That's amazing. That's exactly what I like to hear. And thank you for coming. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what is your name?
I am Danny.
Okay. And what is your shop name?
So we are Sunny Beast Creations. It's SUNNY and then B, like a little bug.
Yeah.
We are named after two of my great-grandmothers, my grandma Sonia and my grandma Bess. And I do this with my mom and my grandmother, so we're a 4-generation business.
Wow, beautiful. And then what brings you to Pride this year?
So my sister lives on this coast, so we come and do events on this side to support her. And as a member of the LGBT community, I find going to these events and supporting my fellow, LGBT creators and the communities of
wonderful. I mean, because like Ron DeSantis is really out here.
Yes.
This man, it's like the trans community has him in a chokehold. It's really, he's suffering. He's truly suffering.
Yeah.
As he should, but yeah. But you're West Coast?
So we live in the Tampa area.
Oh, okay.
My sister is about half an hour.
Okay, all right. And where can people like find your shop and patronize?
So we are on Instagram at Sunny Beast Creations, at Twitter at Sunny's Resin, and Facebook is Sunny's Resin Creations, as well as our website is sunnybeastcreations.com.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much. You guys have a good one. Yeah. So after I did my little interviews, I helped Jess load everything into their car. 'Cause at that point, it was like wrapping up, like as I was going around talking to people. So we got everything in the car, and then I was like, okay, let's go get another drink. And Jess was like, okay, but just one drink. So we're now that drink was gonna be like our second drink of the night. Just one more drink turned into 3 more drinks and a drag show. Didn't even know that was happening, but it was probably one of the best drag shows I've ever seen. Very exciting, and I would love to have that again. That one was at Karma. So Karma, I don't know, whatever you have to do to get those people back in the building, you will see me if they are there. I will gladly go watch a drag show. That drag show, anytime. So we got some drinks. We went to my favorite spot, Taquito. No, not Taquitos. Not me forgetting my favorite spot. No, I can't remember the name of it. Oh wait, no, it is Taquitos. I got it confused with Tequila, which is next door. But yeah, Taquitos. Always love sitting down there, grabbing drinks, just like chilling, hanging out. It is 100% like my favorite spot downtown. So we went there, we hung out, went and saw the drag show, and then that was my night. And we went home. I did race Jess back to their car. I don't know why. When I get drunk, I get like super competitive. Well, no, I'm competitive sober. When I get drunk, I act on that competitiveness like ridiculously. But yeah, I just really wanted to go for a run, and I was, after being on my feet the entire day, I think I got like 16,000 steps that day, almost 17,000. So yeah, I raced Jess back to their car, and then Kimberly cheered me on, which I loved. Thanks, girly pop. Yeah, that was it. Thank God this is a bonus episode, because I could not publish this like normally and be like, hey, this is your content for the week. I am back at ground zero being my literal apartment. I had an amazing day. I just got home. I was hanging out with Jess of Gender Chill. I can't remember what episode they were, but they were an episode. But like, we've been kind of like hanging out all day. We went and we got some drinks after the whole festival, and I had a good fucking time. All right, like I'm like 4 drinks deep right now, which is not that much. And I have work tomorrow, but like I think I'll be fine. But I had a really good time. I'm feeling really good. I'm really happy right now. Thank you to everybody who came out. Thank you to everybody who said hi. Thank you to everybody who was willing to do an interview with, not an interview, I mean like a little like blurb with me. I'm so immensely appreciative of that. Thank you to the lady at this one little cafe that I've been to like a handful of times, not that many. I went there in the morning to get some breakfast because I was running late, obviously, and I needed food. I needed calories because I'm like, oh, weightlifter now, you know? So they gave me extra potatoes free of charge, and that's the kind of solidarity that I'm looking for. Sorry, my phone is like dying. But thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the support. I also saw, this is gonna go up before his episode, but dropping hints, I saw one of my future guests today as well. And he's beautiful. Oh my god, he's like so handsome. He's like so sexy. Like, I'm not even kidding. I mean that objectively. I don't mean that in like a, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Sometimes people are just attractive and beautiful and gorgeous, and like you can't help but, you know, react to that. So it was very nice meeting you, Mike, and I cannot wait for our episode. Oh my god, I can't believe that I'm actually doing this. Like, this is my life. Again, thank you for the support. If you came out today, thanks for hanging out. Be sure to stay tuned in for new things happening, but otherwise, I'm gonna go shower and go to bed because I have to do my big girl corporate job in the morning, and this is not giving corporate baddie. This is giving like weekend femme lesbian baddie, which I unfortunately cannot serve in the office, but that's okay. I will see you guys in the next episode, but until then, I'm going the fuck to bed. So, peace.